Birmingham. 1, 2, 3. My footsteps will testify for me.
These cracks in the pavement have probably witnessed subtle transitions in my disposition. Potholed Smethwick slowly swallowing my sentiment for a birthplace I promised to never let go of. By products of resentment, I failed to give a good send-off. My footsteps will testify for me.
Her footsteps will testify for her. Trust me, I'm just as skeptical as you are. Erasing borders to be closer to you from afar, I stumbled amongst Birmingham's barriers. See, the southern town that spat me out knew full well that it wasn't a breeding ground for my type of rad. I'm running from feelings like my southward past.
And it hasn't taken long to realise that these feelings didn't last.
Now we live as two halves to a wholeless city.
Because coming from a soulless city, my gaze was too fixated on sunflowers to appreciate that roses are just as pretty. I was 14 and destined to surrender to the essence of dichotomy.
So instead of asking where home was,
I finally decided to define it as two lungs which become submissive to the pace we breathe.
So we'll breathe a little more fresh air where our parents have before us and leave hot air balloons unfulfilled for our future generations to bring the heat to. So look up.
And grasp more than a view of the city we refuse to believe is second best. Youngest city in Europe.
So library opening hours, we're ready to protest.
Heat is cement, only cooling to solidify my temperament. Perry Barr's climate change to meet ergonomically with my sentiment.
And when the going gets tough,
let me embrace that communities walk hand in hand, even though their palms never touch. Raised fists fighting the power to coexist.
Stand taller.
And soak in.
Microcosms of mini cultures segregated by past postcodes. I'll take a stroll on the left side of the concrete walls, avoiding the bricks and mortar slapped by gunshot holes. Waged in a war of consumerist greed. I want to see more than the stereotypes this neighbourhood achieves.
And less of the stale suburbs fleeing diversity.
See more than old black men with their fill of liquor entering another coral grief.
Grief when they leave with less pennies and dignity. Less coral grief and more coral reef. Different bends for a different day, blinded by travelling in the same seven-seater. I guess it isn't really a far cry from Emperor Gardens. Blackbird leaves.
Did we really wave that city by?
Reincarnation, making me testify against my mind.
They say a blackbird leaves all that stuff behind.
But now we're crossing wires and making city ties, connecting with hundreds in diamond dungeons beyond the corporate paradise where I fell in love with these chippy fries.
I want to love Aston.
Like I do Digbrum.
Where graffiti licks the back expanse of warehouse walls on quarry like cobbled corners, proudly waving two fingers in the face of HS2. I want to look and find hidden gems, not unused or overgrown lots.
Or the newest wave of gentrification.
Or coral reefs on every corner, drowning the black male fish as they try to keep their heads above water, fishing for funds to buy food and time.
So growing old and wise, we realise that regardless of the borough, street lights still flicker off at sunrise. And we embrace that when we look up, we're still staring at the same sky. Give us a place to thrive and acknowledge that bus shelters are more than a place to keep dry.
2011. Peaceful protests tarnished as riots, police batons tearing shirts, telling us to be quiet. Label a minority enough times and they'll fulfill what you prophesized. Character types projected by car stereos. The same stereos scared of intercultural communication.
So as I travel to and from the same learning place, I've never wished my journey to be more or less mundane. These streets seem to capture the right amount of madness, so I can't complain. And when you digest my happiness, the weekend vomits wisdom into the roots of my pain. I guess that's why a driving force keeps telling me to experience and navigate. Why homeless men gather on Broad Street juxtaposed with the flaws of fame. But even they aren't exempt from gum chewed for much too long. Night on the town gone totally wrong. Busker's melody telling a story in song.
Birmingham.
These are tales you show,
but fail to tell. And you must have realised that we're the kind to shout out loud. I'm falling. Tripping on under-cemented floor tiles, vomit stains and D-list stars. En route to school when bus engines just couldn't be asked, they keep me grounded. Feet yielded by fame, guiding tired and cracked necks in search of tall truths. Truths etched intricately into the 1920s Renaissance, residing above kebab shops,
pit stops,
clubs and supermarkets yelling bog off.
Broaden your mind,
because this city is alive. We are Vanley Burke's vision. We are Jasper Carrot on a mission.
We are painted walls that animate rebellion.
We are two kinds of people. We are Digber's colour transcending race and time. We are the gangster's grit and the rapper's rhyme.
We are streets only made home through interaction. We are lost souls being discriminatively sanctioned.
We are both peaky and blinder.
We are both
Tinder and Grinder.
We are fossils which derive from the same type of rock. We are clocks ticking being controlled by the same type of cog.
We are a mother's newborn pride. We are a sunny Sunday's canal ride.
We are fragrant coffee beans waiting for the perfect latte. We are vintage labelled jackets sitting in an oasis market.
We are the smiles born out of awkward silences. We are strength in always defying London's compliances.
We are more than a ride over the River Thames. We are more than a picturesque postcard of Big Ben.
Signed, sealed, delivered, A squared.
Thank you.